The bully was bullying a girl in the school cafeteria. The fat boy across the street couldn't stand it, gave several people a stern scolding, but instead of pulling back, the other party roared with laughter. A boy came up to him and said don't leave after school, but he didn't know that you're not seeing the same fat pussy you used to be. Lao Shan is a mob boss. He owns a lot of luxury cars and mansions. One day he was standing on the side of the road talking on the phone. A figure fell from a height. Lao Shan dodged to avoid being hit directly. I woke up in the hospital. Lao Shan looked into the next ward. I find myself lying in bed and not moving. Old Shan was filled with questions. Then an uncle rushed to hug him and said, son, I'm your father. Lao Shan was about to have a fit when he saw the mirror. My handsome self turned into a fat little man. Lao Shan touched the strange face and was speechless in shock. The original owner of this body, the same fat guy who fell on himself. The moment fat hit him, they switched bodies. Lao Shan could not accept the fact. He came home and his wife was shocked. Think of him as a home invader. Lao Shan tried to explain, but his wife wouldn't listen. He called 911 and pulled out his samurai sword. The two were in a standoff when the police arrived and took away Shan. Lao Shan returned to the ward. Jump up and hit your original body. He wants his body back. The scene was caught by one of his scar men. Scar guy grabbed him and hit him. Fortunately, the nurse arrived in time to separate the two. Old Shan has no choice but to follow the little fat father home. The next day, old Shan went to little fat school, trying to figure out why he fell. When Lao Shan entered the classroom, his classmates were disgusted with him. The guy next to him flipped him off. Lao Shan is not in the mood for a kid. At last he came to the canteen to eat. Some girls are bullying Mei, a classmate, and he spilled the leftovers on Mei. Lao Shan couldn't stand it anymore and shouted at the students. Instead of being restrained, the other party burst into laughter. A boy is very arrogant to come up and say don't go after school. The boys were waiting for him at the door after school. Lao Shan came over. The boys don't know. The man in front of you, not the fat kid he used to bully.
이 미친 새끼가
He couldn't believe it after the bully was beaten. Used to be a fat little guy that anybody could pick on. Why are you so fierce all of a sudden? The next day, the school bully found a small fat decimate, ready to hit him. Unexpectedly, I met Lao Shan on the toilet. Lao Shan came out and knocked down 3 people, and he grabbed the bully's phone. When he got home that night, he pulled the footage from his phone. It turns out that fat had been secretly in love with his classmate. Mei was also the target of bullying at school. That day, the school bully caught small beauty on the roof, and he tied his shoes to the antenna. Bully shamed fat to take his shoes off. The fat boy did so. He climbed onto the handrail. Unexpectedly, he suddenly lost his weight and fell from the building. Hit Lao Shan. Knowing the truth, Lao Shan returned to the hospital, found one of his scar men. Scar man thought fat was making trouble again. Scar man doesn't know yet. The soul of my own boss. With the fat guy in front of you. He threw his fist at him and he knocked him out. Old Shan explained the whole thing to Scar man. Scar guy thinks he's talking shit and he doesn't believe it. Lao Shan immediately told us all about him. Scar man was dumbfounded. He remained loyal in the face of a strange boss. The next day, Lao Shan and Xiao Mei went home from school together. After seeing Amy's mom, it's like a double chin. Xiao Mei's mother is his first love, Kui Yua. Lao Shan subconsciously called out Kui Yua's name. Kui Flower, thinking no big no small beat, he ran away. On the way home, Lao Shan recalled the sweet past with Kui Yua. Suddenly he thought of a possibility. He sent Scar to get his own hair, and took the opportunity to pull out the hair of small beauty to do DNA identification. It turns out he was right that Mei was his own daughter. Lao Shan found Kui Yua, told Amy about being bullied at school. Kui Flower heard directly cry. It turns out that Lao Shan is a man who cheats and plays with women's feelings. To be the head of the club, abandoned Kui Yua married the daughter of a consortium boss. Kui Flower dot want to delay the future of Lao Shan. I lied to myself about my pregnancy. A person put up with a lot of trouble to raise the little beauty, and Mei was bullied because she didn't have a father. Lao Shan sighed after knowing everything, determined to help her daughter. Old Shan took Mei to the gym, also found a scar man to teach little beauty fighting. Lao Shan also trained hard, got rid of the fat on the belly. His waist changed in just a month, became the most popular boy in school. One night, Fat's dad was a loan shark, stuck in the alley. Lao Shan happens to pass by and will teach them a lesson. But the father, fearing his son was hurt, hugged him. They fell to the ground and were beaten. Old Shan missed little fat father home. I cooked him porridge, and then he asked Scar to handle it. Put in the company. These people don't know they're messing with the wrong people. He was yelling at Scar with a knife. Cheating a philandering man is an easy way out, and wipe fat dad's debts clean. At noon the next day, the girl bully found the little beauty and touched him. They don't know yet. Xiao Mei, he's not the bully he used to be. He overpowered the schoolgirl bully with 2 or 3 strokes. Gave them a hard time. Lao Shan on the side smiled happily. We got some uninvited guests. A drunk patted Kui Wei's ass. Lao Shan was angry at this. Regardless of Kui Flower block opened the battle mode. These drunks are no match for him. After several rounds they were beaten to death. People are gonna die. Kui Flower quickly stopped him. The man in front of you is nothing but looks, just like that guy. Lao Shan confessed everything to him. I learned that the little fat in front of me was Lao Shan. He couldn't handle throwing him out. Lao Shan did not give up. The next day Kui Flower publicly denounced her and feeling. I was about to leave when she pulled me back. Everyone was dumbfounded. A middle-aged woman was forcibly kissed by a middle school student. Kui Flower leaned for a moment. Backhand is a slap. They don't know yet. Their daughter. I was invited to a birthday party by my senior crush. In a luxury villa. Originally gentle and elegant Ahao Senior. And now I'm talking dirty. Not only that, he also handed a big bowl of wine to May's head. Then Small Beauty was surrounded by several creepy men. May went to her senior's birthday party. Unexpectedly, Senior is a beast in clothes. He forced May to drink a bowl of wine in public. He showed his true colors when May refused. Beauty was drenched in water. The thugs surrounding him are closing in on him. Lao Shan arrived just in time at the crucial moment. The gangsters crowded and they don't know the real identity of the middle school student in front of you. It's May's father. He's a mob boss. Swap bodies with this high school kid. Lao Shan saved Xiao Mei. What he doesn't know is that Mei has fallen for him. The next day, Small Beauty came to him and offered to be his girlfriend. Lao Shan almost vomited, but daughter actually fell in love with himself. He casually refused to run away. Mei came home. I told my mother about my confession to Lao Shan. Kui Flower after listening to almost vomit blood. The next day he went to the school and found Lao Shan, calling him a monster, even his own daughter. Lao Shan explained that he was just trying to help his daughter. I didn't think my daughter misunderstood me. At this time little Beauty just passed by. Lao Shan took the opportunity to say sorry to Xiao Mei. The person I like is your mother. Mei was stunned. He ignored Kui Flower's explanation, angry ran away. Then in the hospital little Fat also woke up, ran home to dad, gave him a fright, explained the whole story. Then old Shan took little Fat to Kuiwei's restaurant. Unexpectedly, his nemesis Fat Tiger heard that Lao Shan woke up, found this place with a bunch of goons ready to kill him. Fat's never seen a fight like this. Suddenly he was begging for mercy. Lao Shan knew this. Fat Tiger's not gonna let himself go this time. Although Lao Shan can fight, he is outnumbered. Fat Tiger took advantage of the surprise attack, was about to result in Kui Yu carrying the gas tank rushed out, pulled out a lighter and threatened to kill the Fat Tiger with it. The Fat Tiger saw that he was not joking, scared and ran away. After this, Kui Flower and Lao Shan finally put an end to their differences. The other side, Lao Shan's father-in-law found out the truth that he had been framed. It turned out that his daughter would do anything for his fortune, colluding with outsiders to frame Lao Shan. The father-in-law hated his daughter's malice, decided to bequeath all his property to his son-in-law. Outside the villa, Lao Shan wears headphones, remote command little Fat into the villa. But Lao Shan's wife suddenly challenged him that Shan was a cheating, womanizing man who fathered a daughter behind his back. In a pinch, Fat's headphones lost their signal. In a hurry, Fat took it upon himself to admit everything. He took it upon himself to make decisions for Shan, gave up all his possessions. These old Jiang will do anything for profit. You don't even have a nice home in the end. Listen to what little Fat said. He finally let go of greed and let go of himself. Once again, he thought he was going to get beat up, but Lao Shan hugged him tightly. At this time, Lao Shan's wife was driving out. He was furious at the sight of the two embracing, hit the accelerator hard and hit Lao Shan. Lao Shan was then sent to the hospital. The two bodies switched again. A few days later, Fat went back to school. I found myself becoming very popular. The thugs who used to bully him turned their backs on him. Little girl Small Beauty also became his girlfriend. And Chan has changed his ways and stopped being a mob boss. He and Kui Yu bought a shop, ready to open a snack bar. The old enforcer came along to do the hard work. The family lived happily together.